Absolutely. Happy full moon, everyone. And so this full moon is in Aquarius, the sign of the innovator, as well as helping the collective for the future of humanity, as well as your own personal visions and the visions you want to see the world at large. And I think what the full moon is really highlighting today is to embrace your uniqueness. The more that you can be your authentic self, the greater you can help the rest of the world. So be you, and be unabashedly you in your most authentic way possible. The sun in Leo is also encouraging you to shine your lion heart of courage. So I encourage you to do that. And there's also a really cool, amazing, super rare planetary alignment that we haven't seen for over 2,600 years. So definitely once in a lifetime event, and it's really, really powerful and for us to basically fly towards our future direction of where we want our reality to be in the future, as well as the tribe we want to belong to. So take an assessment of the people in your life. Do they share your values? Do they share your dreams, your goals, your aspirations? And if they do, awesome. If not, it's time to attract those people so you can be aligned with your heart vibe tribe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And Aquarius also has to do with freedom. So a lot of it, and Leo has to do with courage and creativity and play. And so it's kind of like finding the creative freedom to be yourself and to connect with others at this moment in time. Aquarius also has to do with networking, collective networks, like kind of like the mycelium network in the earth. And so, like my husband said, that how we are attracting our heart vibe tribe. And this is really potent time for that energy. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and absolutely. And you're going to want to take note where 17 degrees Aquarius is in your chart, because it's going to be in a certain particular house. For example, for me, it's in my 10th house, which is very forward-facing, public, your role. And here I am doing astrology. So it's really beautiful because the internet is also connected to Aquarius and those networks that my wife was talking about. And then I want to talk to you about this amazing, super rare planetary alignment I was talking about earlier. So if you would look at my screen now, so you see how it has this like kite shape, and it's really cool because let's take a look at this blue triangle. This is known as a air grand trine. Trine's just a fancy word for triangle, but each one of these sides, these points are 120 degrees away from each other, forming a triangle. And it's in the air signs, so it's very much of the mind, intelligence, intellect, as well as conversations, thinking, communication in all forms. And what makes this especially cool is because these outer planets like Pluto and Uranus and Neptune and Saturn, they moved relatively recent into new signs. And so that's a big deal because they're so slow comparatively as opposed to like, the moon that travels around every 29.5 days. So it's a big deal when they enter new signs, and they're all within 1 to 2 degrees of each other, and they're forming this kite shape. So I'm going to break it down. So we got this air grand trine. And so Mars is all about your action, how you go after what you want. It's the masculine side of doing, of creating and going forth. And it's in the sign of Libra, and it's all about relationships. So it's really important that you're going to be wanting to kind of negotiate your relationships, but also to have harmony and equilibrium as you're taking action. And then you might be getting some really beautiful cosmic downloads. For Uranus is known as the Great Awakener, and it's lightning speed, inspiration, and knowledge in the sign of Gemini, which is very much our mind. It's the way we think, the way we communicate, and process information. So you're going to be taking action in your life, and then you're also going to be getting these cosmic downloads. And then Pluto here in the sign of Aquarius. Pluto is the great, it's all about transformation, transmutation. It's death and rebirth. And it's really about like phoenixing all that does not serve you, and especially in those Aquarius networks, those communities. So really try to find your soul tribe, because Pluto doesn't really care much about like what you're thinking, you're feeling. Only cares about like, are you honoring your soul, and is it for the best of your ability? So it will kind of like destroy in order for you to rebirth and regrow, metaphorically. So all those things are happening. So all this energy is being channeled down to Mars, and Mars is like the kite string that's being picked up, and there's this opposition between the direction of where this kite is flowing. So there could be some push and pull, but it's really all about kind of dissolving any victim consciousness or any limiting beliefs and moving forward into your desired reality. For Saturn is very much the 3D. It's the tangible, the practical, the discipline, putting the work in little by little and then reaping the rewards. And Neptune is very much our higher self as a higher octave. So this can really be manifesting your dream life, your heaven on earth, and the reality you want to see. So if there's ever been a really positive moment, this is a great time for you to envision what you want your reality to be, because these outer planets are tiptoeing in these signs. They're going to retrograde back into the signs that they were in previously. For example, Uranus is in Gemini. It's going back to Taurus. Neptune and Saturn are in Aries, and they're going to go back into Pisces. So that's kind of like the universe saying, get your ducks in a row and getting everything ready so that when everything goes back in to their signs, especially by February 20th, 2026, when Saturn and Neptune are conjunct, then that's going to start a new 29-year cycle, and we're really like truly birthing a new Earth. So think big, dream big.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there's a lot of air going on, as my husband just explained, with Pluto in Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius. Mars is in Libra, another air sign. And then, what's this one again? Uranus in Gemini. And so, and then we're connecting like the fire signs with Neptune and Saturn in Aries. And so, we're kind of like, there's not a lot of earth in this chart. So there could be a lot of mental stimulation to want the urge to start, especially at 1 degree. That's like a cardinal degree connected to Mars. And so, it's just like a lot of energy of like, oh, I want to get a lot of things started. But because Saturn and Neptune are in retrograde, and so is Mercury is in retrograde right now in Leo, another fire sign, there's also this like slow down to be more intentional. A lot of times in our world we're like, okay, let's go gung-ho, but at this point in time we're being asked to slow down, to relook at things, to see if this is following your heart's desire. How can I tweak it to just feel good? And trying, also having Mars in Libra in the sign of finding balance. Mars is connected to the body as well. You can utilize moving your body in ways to release tension so that your mind can clear some more, and then take action after that. And it doesn't have to be anything strenuous. You don't have to make it stressful, but things that help you move your body, either like just shaking or dancing, or maybe there is strenuous activities that you enjoy, and doing those. And then as we move energy through our body, our mind can help clear a little bit more. And then maybe planning your next steps after having that, or utilizing that as a tool of moving your body.
Yeah, and I also want to highlight too that this North Node is kind of like our collective arrow. It's pointing the way. And it's in Pisces, and Pisces is the sign of two fishes, one fish in the material world and one in the spiritual world. So it's all about being creative and spiritual. And it's interesting too, because the next full moon is going to be exactly at this same 18-degree point, and it's going to be an eclipse. I just find that interesting. And so there's really kind of like this urge to be creative about your future, to be with your heart tribe. And even if you don't have it now, just think big. Like, this is the time you can become a millionaire, or whatever your goals are. Like, really, the sky's the limit. And then, did you want to talk about
I forgot to mention the black triangle here is showcasing the two Saturn and Neptune in Aries. They're retrograde, and then there's Mercury retrograde in Leo, early signs of Leo. There's nothing transiting in the early signs of Sagittarius, but it's still trining that area. So if you have anything in the early signs of any of the fire signs, there's a nice trine going on as well at that point in time. So really, even though a couple planets are retrograde, there's a lot of harmonious movement to help us move forward or to plan our steps forward, which is really beautiful.
Yeah, and that great sextile that my wife was talking about, it forms this Merkaba shape with the other kite. So really cool symbolism. And yeah, I just really encourage you guys to think big, as well as remember that there is an undertone of emotion that's coming through, because Venus over here is in the sign of Cancer, and it's nearly conjuncting Jupiter. It will be exact more on the 11th and 12th, but there's a big emphasis too on our emotions and going inward and being more receptive to those more of those tender intuition parts. And yeah, so I know I've been personally emotional here and there, so you're not alone. So just yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cancer actually is a sign that is ruled by the moon. Anything that's going on with the moon, we can reflect to the sign of Cancer if there's anything also going on in there. So Venus being in Cancer, Venus being connected to femininity, to women, to love, relationships, to what we value in life. She is kind of just taking a nice little bath right now in the waters of Cancer. She's happy in that sign. And with Jupiter is a planet of expansion. It's a planet of gifts. Sometimes it's a little bit of going overboard too, but it can definitely, they're both benefic planets. And so right there in the sign of Cancer, which Cancer has a lot to do with our family, our siblings, our ancestry, our home, having delicious foods, and having spending time with loved ones. And also Cancer has a lot to do with reflection, and just either reflecting on your life or reflecting on your family or maybe past ones, especially with Venus being in there, of things that we value and things that we love in our relationships. So we could be finding a lot of deep moments, especially with Pluto and Aquarius, having to do with the mind, of just re-looking at any of those aspects in our life or in our past. But it's still very, very beautiful energy to move through, although sometimes it could be emotional. For sure, we're emotional beings, even though in our society we kind of like downplay that, but we are no matter what. Just have grace with yourself at this time, the different movements that we're going through. Yeah, just honor what all the emotions that are coming. Yeah.
And some say that like through our emotions is the way that we can spiritually grow the most, because Cancer really is the heart. And so Venus is all about what you value. So, and it's also how you love yourself. So this is a really beautiful combination of some self-love. And the more you can just be gentle to yourself in all ways, the better it is. Yeah, for everything.
Yeah, just to come back to the full moon, and the full moon is a reflection of the sun, so reiterating that moment of reflection. The full moon is actually a symbol of completion, as the new moon is like it's initiating something. The moon is initiating a journey into something. Just again, as a reminder, if this is a time where you feel a little bit more tired, or you just need to go inward, as Cancer is also the sign of the crab. It wears its cave on its back, basically. So you might need some time of going inward and having moments of rejuvenating yourself in that way. And actually the full moons are great for that time. And also if you feel like going out and celebrating with folks, like the full moon can also be energizing. Sometimes I can't even sleep during full moons. Yeah, whatever feels right for you. The moon is connected to water, so it's kind of like finding your flow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just want to build off what my wife was saying. I feel like I'm naturally caffeinated, but with all the energies, I was napping earlier in the sun. So if you are normally choose to rest, maybe taking an opportunity to be maybe I'm gonna just take a nap, or take a bath or do things that are more gentle, even if it's not your norm, because you might find it's very therapeutic and transformative.
Yeah, and in the major transits going on right now in the chart, there isn't any Earth really being hit with anything. So grounding will be very, very beneficial for all of us, really, since we're kind of floating in the waters or floating in the air, and the fire is getting fed by the air. And so grounding practices can be very beautiful at this time.
Yeah, and here's a few examples: just putting your feet on the ground outside in the grass, or getting into a river and swimming, or a lake, and just getting with nature, sitting by a tree.
Yeah. Just taking time for yourself to slow down.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for joining us, and we got some more videos coming, so stay tuned, and we love you all, and thanks for being part of our Heart Vibe tribe.
Yeah, have a blessed day.
Aho.